Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel. My name is Zaria. I make personal growth, financial freedom, and vegan lifestyle content. So if those are things that interest you, please continue watching, like, and comment down below. And then once you get a feel of the video, subscribe, because it's lit over here. It's litty learning. We learn litly. Lit learners. I'm trying to come up with the name. The lit learners, learning litly. Anyways, so today's video, as you can tell by the title, is just a little like, it's kind of like a motivational speech and also a how-to, but also my experience. So let's just jump into it. We're gonna talk about what to do when life and the world just really overwhelms you. You don't know what to do, you can't, you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything, I can't, because the world is overwhelming you. This was happening a lot for me at the end of 2022. At the end of 2021, this was happening a lot for me, and I was having to kind of just adapt as I go, and I wasn't really cognizant of getting out of the rut. I knew I was out of it once I was out of it. But this is how I did it step by step. I'll give you guys the step-by-step list first, and then we'll jump into my experience, and then we'll jump into a little motivation. So the first thing I did was evaluate what was really overwhelming me. I was like, well, actually the most recent time I got overwhelmed was this past February. So it wasn't as bad as it usually was, but in December of 2021, I learned certain skills to help me get out of a rut and being so overwhelmed. I learned those skills at the end of 2021 so that when I was overwhelmed again in February, I was able to actually handle it a lot easier and a lot better. And the main factor in why is because I asked for help. But we'll talk about that more later. When it came to figuring out what was overwhelming me, in December of 2021, it was my finances, my house upkeep, and yeah, that was really what was mainly overwhelming me in December of 2021. And I was like, I can't do this again another year of my life. And I've told you guys before in a recent video that my whole mindset about money completely changed at the end of this past year. And that's really what has pushed me forward in not being so overwhelmed in that area of my life. And the other thing to note, when I was getting overwhelmed in February of 2022, that was because I felt like I wasn't doing what I was being called to do, what I was put on this earth to do. I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. And I didn't know how to fix it without changing some things I already knew I needed to change. And I was scared to take the leap. So I'm just trying to remember how I figured out those were the things that overwhelmed me. And really it was, what am I dreading every single day? Or what am I putting off until the last minute all the time? What causes me the most stress to think about having to do when I really want to do something else? Those are kind of some questions I asked myself to help me figure out what exactly was overwhelming me. And then once I figured that out, the next step is to just cut the stressor away. Cut it out. Cut it out. And I did. In December of 2021, the thing that was stressing me, it wasn't my job or the thing that was bringing me money. It was my attitude about getting money. That's really what was bringing me down. My attitude about getting and receiving money. And I had to shift that. I had to realize that money is abundant, it's everywhere, and it flows. Like it will come. So I had to shift my mindset. And literally, as soon as I shifted my mindset, it didn't matter if I genuinely had the same amount of money as I had before. I felt like I had more because my mindset around it changed. So the way I used it changed as well. And then once I cut the stressor away, the next thing I did was I implemented skills and different routines and other things to put into my life that would help me from becoming so overwhelmed in the future, and that will help me get out of that overwhelmed rut faster if I do get in it. And some of those skills include, for me, I just have to really be present and cognizant of my emotions and my wants and my desires and how I feel about wanting to do things, and how I feel about life in general. Like I try to be really in tune with my emotions now and make sure that I'm checking in with myself, and regularly checking in with myself, like almost daily. Well, not even almost daily, more than daily. Like I'm checking in with myself often, very often, just to make sure that, you know, if there is an inkling of something that might turn into a stressor later, I can start paying attention to it now. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, is there anything else I need to tell you guys about how to implement and make better? Oh, I did realize, so I'm gonna pull you guys down some so you can actually see me. When I got overwhelmed in February, it was also because I felt like, I think I said it, but I felt like my time wasn't my own. And when I was on my own time, I wasn't using it the way I wanted to actually use it. So that was something that had me bogged down, because I'm like, well, what can I do? What am I gonna do? And I had to realize that a skill for me to implement for that is to slowly implement and incorporate new things and new habits and behaviors into my life, to make it better gradually, like do it gradually. And I wasn't doing that before. I thought I was doing it before, but I genuinely wasn't doing it before. And for me, the gradual incorporation, it has to be halfway planned. I've talked about recently in another video that you guys should be seeing soon, but I talked about it and I was like, the gradual incorporation for me actually happened. I started using a bullet journal. I made a bullet journal, and I just promised myself that I would write my affirmation, my daily affirmation, and my daily gratitude every day. I have one in the morning, one at night. And when I do that, I make sure that I go through my planner and like see what I'm supposed to do for the next day and make sure it's all ready to do. So really, the gradual incorporation, I always did something that led me to being able to do the next step. So me doing my affirmation and my gratitude, once I did that, I was already in my bullet journal. It was already there, and it was easier for me to start doing the daily checklist because I'm already checking my planner daily and my bullet journal daily. So that's how my gradual incorporation kind of went. And then the last sort of step that really helped me was evaluating if there was something in my life or something about my mindset or my behaviors and habits that I could change or sort of morph and adapt to make sure that I'm not overwhelmed in the future, which I said sort of before, but I really like, I'm genuinely trying to make sure that I don't end up in the ruts that I ended up in before, because of course there's only so much I can do and can control to ensure that like my depression isn't acting up or my ADHD doesn't have me down. But there are a lot of other things that I can do to make sure that I'm actually taking those things and using them to my advantage. So yeah, that's really those are all the steps. And I briefly kind of talked about the sort of two situations where I was overwhelmed. And in this past February, I also was kind of overwhelmed with, like I said, my time wasn't I felt like it wasn't my own, but once I did have it all to myself and it was all my own time and I was choosing where to place it, like I said, I struggled with figuring out where to place my time and what to do with my time, even though I knew what to do with my time, if that makes sense. So for YouTube specifically, I knew I needed to film the videos, I knew I needed to edit videos, I knew I needed to upload videos, but I really needed to actually break down those things into more details and plan them out in larger steps so that they didn't all seem like such large projects on their own, like the filming and the editing. Like I needed to, if it was gonna be such a grand project, I needed to actually make it a grand project. And one of the things I actually implemented, and I've been implementing for the last 3 weeks, is a new editing schedule, a new filming schedule, and a new way to gather my content. And it's working for me because I'm adapting it as I go to make sure it fits my life and me the way I need it to. Yeah, I did struggle a lot with getting videos edited. Getting videos edited is really, it's the tedious portion for me. I feel like everything anyone does, no matter how much you love it, there's always like one thing that's a bit like extra tedious for you. And for me, it's the editing, because I don't feel like sitting here watching myself talk about everything I just talked about. And then like, I have to actually pay attention and take notes because I'm writing down the timestamps and I'm writing down what I said in there so I can put it in the description. And it just feels weird to basically watch myself like I'm watching a whole other YouTube video, but then I still have to upload it. Like it's just a bit weird. But I'm getting used to it. I'm getting the hang of it and I'm on it. I have a pretty good set editing schedule that I think really will work as long as I make it work. And yeah, this video, I know it was shorter than my usual videos. I think I only have like 2 other 15-minute videos up. All of my other videos are like 30 minutes or more. But I just wanted to come on and give you guys this, how I sort of got over, or not got over, but how I stopped being overwhelmed by life when it really wants to overwhelm me. Yeah, and here comes the motivational part. I think everyone should really sit and pay attention to themselves and almost meditate. I feel like everyone should meditate in a way. And by that, I mean, just literally check, like sit in silence somewhere, or if you have to have like really nice vibey instrumental music playing in the background, do it. But I think everyone should sit and just talk to themselves and their inner child and check in and see how you feel about what's going on in life. See if you've been triggered by something. See if you want something, if there's a desire that you're ignoring. Like, I really, really, really see all the positive benefits of meditation. And I think even the small, like, I wouldn't say they're negatives. I feel like even the small drawbacks that might come with meditation always end up like discomfort. With discomfort comes growth. There's gonna or with growth comes discomfort. I apologize. With growth comes discomfort. So I just feel like the discomfort and sometimes the struggle for extra vulnerability with yourself can be a bit tough, but once you push through it, life just becomes even better, and it's something you wouldn't have even thought life could be. So yeah, but that's all for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you'll know every single time I upload, which is every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as of this week, so yes, as of this video, every single week on the Friday upload, I will be going live on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm trying to figure out if I can do it on TikTok, but I will be going live on YouTube and Instagram after the Friday uploads. It'll be an hour after the Friday uploads, and I will have the Friday uploads up at 7:30 p.m. So the live will start at 8:30 p.m. so that you guys can watch it, and then we can talk about it and chat and have a deeper discussion and a more like lively and present discussion, because of course you guys can like always comment down below and I'll reply back, but I like the thought of a real-time sort of discussion for us to actually for you guys to get to know me better, for me to be like, who are y'all? And for us to just talk about everything that I talk about on my channel: spirituality, personal growth, vegan lifestyle, and financial freedom. And I'll make sure every Friday, or not every Friday, I'll make sure the topics rotate between Fridays, so that it's not like, oh, 3 Fridays in a row was financial freedom, and then the next 2 Fridays was a vegan, and then I'm gonna make sure it's a financial, vegan, and then a personal growth / spiritual. It might not be in that order, but I'll make sure that they rotate. Yeah, so that's all for today. Thank you again. I hope you learned something. I know I did. Bye.